Welcome back to Podcast Time, Season 2, Episode 9, I believe. I don't know. It's been a little while, and I know I say that every single Podcast Time episode at this point, but, you know, with this COVID thing going on, it's hard to find stuff to talk about. But boy, oh boy, do we have stuff to talk about today.
Oh, yes we do. I'll make a quick announcement at the beginning. I am eligible for the vaccine now. Finally, after months, the grocery store workers are finally eligible.
I've been eligible for a while, actually.
How have you, a pet store worker, been more eligible than me?
I don't know. Good question.
Kroger's going to start distributing vaccines soon, unless they already have. So I gotta register. Gotta get my vaccine.
Yeah, God.
Can't wait.
It's funny.
I have a huge fear of needles, but I'll do it for the vaccine.
It's funny that we've been in quarantine for an entire year at this point. Isn't that weird?
Have we really been in quarantine though since, like, didn't the actual quarantine end like June?
Kind of. Not really, I wouldn't say so. We've been wearing masks for a year. Coronavirus has been in the U.S. for over a year, but...
That's different than being quarantined, though. You gotta look at the definition of quarantine.
I suppose it is different, but, you know, it's still been around for a while now, and nothing has changed, really. Small things have changed, nothing big, though.
It's getting there,
Yeah, hopefully. It's funny, you know, at the beginning of this damn thing, right before, like, it even got to the U.S., Tyler was worried about it going to Poland.
Yep.
He didn't even think to consider that it would come here. He was like, you better stay away from Poland. Can you imagine if you went and ended up being stuck in Poland?
Well, luckily we didn't go. Oh.
I know, that's a weird thing to say, isn't it? Luckily we didn't go to Poland. I wasn't going ever, but I was going to Germany, but that got canceled, which sucks. I am, however, still going back to summer camp this summer, and I'm going to be doing vlogs for the summer, and we uploaded must have been I want to say like 70. It feels like part 70 of Ark. We recorded that like 2 days ago, yesterday. I don't even know. Must have been yesterday.
It's not quite 70 yet. It's about 60.
Yeah, that'll tell you how far ahead we are, considering we're only on like part 18 or something in real time. Jeez. Oh, yeah, so summer, I'm going back to summer camp. I don't know how that's even going to look, but I'll do vlogs and stuff while I'm there. Speaking of vlogs, I'm kind of doing... Okay, so here's the thing. I am in a nutrition and wellness class, and basically what that means is that I have to cook food and show it to the teacher. Now, the first time I had to do a project for online school, it was the knowledge sponge thing. I had to make up a fake thing and make it seem like a fake medicine, right? And so I uploaded that to my YouTube channel. I enjoyed it. Everybody else said gay. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And then, you know, I was like, I thought it was good, but okay. But I got something coming up up soon. It's probably already going to be out. I think this will go up on Friday. Or maybe Thursday, I don't know. But yeah, so I got another thing that's going up. And basically, I guess I can talk about it since this is going up after it. I cooked fries, Tyler. I cooked fries from a potato.
Wow, what an accomplishment.
The video was way better than that, but I sat there, cut up a potato, oiled the thing, put some seasoning in there, put it in the oven, went outside, did a backyard tour, showed off my dogs, put some music in the video, and it's like a 10-minute video. It's gonna go up here pretty soon, before this podcast goes up. I definitely recommend you watch it. I thought it was funny. There's some funny shit that happens, and speaking about school, big changes have happened, haven't they, Tyler?
I went back to school today.
Ba ba ba.
You'll never believe it. But before I talk about that, Um, I want to quickly touch on a new food that I tried not too long ago. So it's like, by the time at Kroger, I've bagged a lot of pork rinds, right? I'm like, well, heard a lot about these. I'll give them a shot. I would say they were worth it. The barbecue ones specifically have a huge kick to them, and I really don't like that. I haven't tried the regular ones yet. Maybe they'll be better, but I don't know. They're like 80 calories though per serving. It's really surprising. This is a good dieting food, but whatever. So screw them. Wouldn't recommend them, but
I wouldn't recommend them either. They're nasty.
But anyway, yeah, going back to school. I went back to school today. The schedule is super fucked up, and I hate that. But actually, overall, it wasn't that bad. Like,
it's got some, okay, so the schedule has some guilty pleasure positives and so a lot of negatives. And by guilty pleasure, I mean, like, we're literally in school for 3 hours and then the rest is up to us.
But the classes, I mean, they weren't that bad. I go in, I sit down, same thing as always. Teacher walks around, talks, interacts, and I do want to say the desk shields do jack shit because they don't cover you, they cover your stuff. They cover your stuff, not you. So you're literally leaning back, and sure, it may, but I could see over it. I could see over the desk shield, so it defeats any purpose that it has when you can see over it, because I can look over here, I can look over there, I can go up, I can go down, and it's not going to cover me at all. My computer, on the other hand, though, is completely covered from all sides. Don't know why it would need to be covered. Whatever, cool. Those are, and they get in the way too. They make the desk. They take this desk size and like cut it in half. They're already small, and then they cut them down in half. So I'm in botany, right? And I take out my binder to start taking some notes, and I knock the whole damn desk shield all over the floor because it's like it takes up all space. Like seriously, that was bad. But I mean, once you figure it out, like I had to literally lay the binder on my stomach and take notes like the thing was inverted out, and it was really hard. But whatever, fine, cool, done.
Brian actually uploaded a rant today. I think it was a pretty good one. It had a lot of good points. And one of the things that he talked about, and I mean, I know technically he recorded this before he went back, but we talked a little bit on the Discord as well, and there really isn't much point in even going back, because you do sit there on your computer and you do all the schoolwork from your computer. Now, I know there are some exceptions, but you still, like I said on the Discord, you still can't, like, do science experiments, or I can't do nutrition and wellness, like cooking labs, you know, all this stuff. I can still play in band, but, you know, everything else isn't really that great.
I think it's just better for some people who have bad internet or don't have a lot of access to high technology to go back. I would say overall it was nice to be back, to hear my teachers at a consistent volume without it cutting in and out every 5 seconds, to see people, to walk around during the day, that was nice. But really, I mean, and the other big problem that I have with it was the lunch. Lunch was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna have to talk to me about that one.
There were 6 people. There's like 6 people in my first hour, 5 or 6 people in my first hour. I think 5 or 6 in my second hour, and about 13 in my third hour. That came back, and so I want to touch on that. But they still have it divided where it's A lunch and B lunch. It's based on your third hour. And for B lunch people, you can sign a form to leave early, which is stupid. Just let us leave early. We're not gonna spread the virus. Just let us leave early. But I have both A lunches, which of course is just a big middle finger to me from the school. But so I have to stay.
I have both
so
B lunches.
I take peanut butter crackers with me, right? Cause I'm like, it's like, hey, lunch is like 10 in the morning. I'm not gonna eat lunch at 10 in the morning. Especially when I get home at 11:40 and eat anyways, but...
Right.
So I walk in there, right, and we have a seating chart. A seating chart. Based on our third hour. A seating chart. I'm like, what? What? Why? It was horrible. They had desk shields up there too, and they did an even worse job than they did in the classrooms because they're farther away from you. Rather than that, I mean, I guess it was fine. It was a very quiet lunch. Nobody really talked to each other because everybody wanted to be on. We're not even 6 feet apart because they're reducing it. You don't have to be 6 feet apart anymore. You have to be 3 feet apart.
Right.
So everybody was sitting like 3 feet apart. And there's a desk shield, you're wearing a mask, and you got your phone with you, so might as well just use your phone. Nobody was talking to each other anyways. So that was fun. Then a lot of people drove, though. A lot of people that came back drove. North Campus was very packed with cars leaving. But overall, we'll see how tomorrow goes, because tomorrow we start later and end later than today, so I get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow, thank God. But we'll see how that goes. I had to travel as well. I had to travel between first and second hour. So I was able to get out of the first hour 5 minutes early, which is fine. And tomorrow I have to travel between fifth and sixth hour, go back across the street. So we'll see how that goes. I drove across the street, which was fine. That's probably what I'm going to do. But yeah, that's my whole little thing. So other than the desk shields and lunch, it was actually not that bad. I like having my backpack. It provides some extra storage, so I don't have to lay everything out on the desk.
Right.
The computer stayed relatively charged. I think it only lost about maybe 15% battery. I didn't have to log into every meet and just stay there for the whole time. I had to log into my first hour meet, did the thing, then we could get off when the meet actually ended, and then for third hour it was the same thing. And then I just worked like normal. Second hour I didn't even have to log into the meet, he just let us work. Another problem. My Chromebook rejects all headphones, wired or unwired, even the ones the school provides. So I gotta get that fixed, because I don't know how a way to... I don't know exactly how to add a device, but I'm gonna get that figured out either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not a huge deal since you have to mute your computer and turn off your microphone for the meets. There's no feedback anyways. But it's like, why? Just why?
What I don't understand is there's really not a lot of point in going in the meets if you're there. Like, why are they doing that?
I think it's it for attendance purposes. But
Oh. Well, I know in what the fuck is it called? Computer apps. Because I didn't go back. I did not go back. Tyler did. I did not. I didn't see a reason for me to go back. Most of my friends didn't. Brian didn't. I don't know who else didn't. But
Eli didn't. Jackson did. I think Jackson was the only one besides
yeah,
me who went back.
I saw Jackson in band. He was in person there. But like
He was calling me out. In lunch, he was calling me out about the Dirt Rally video. He yells from across the lunchroom, why don't you like Dirt Rally? Like, I'm not gonna answer that question. I just ignored him and kept eating.
That must have been like the most embarrassing thing ever.
Yeah, because it was nearly dead silent except for people eating, like, and some light talking. Then all of a sudden I hear, Tyler, why do you not like Dirt Rally? I'm like, oh my lord, really?
Yo, so what did you do during lunch? Did you just sit there like...
I had peanut butter crackers.
Yeah, but like, what did you do? Were you just on the Discord the whole time?
Yeah, I was updating everybody on the Discord about what the nightmare situation that was. Because the closest person to me sitting-wise, we had 2 desk shields in front of each other. We were about 6 feet apart. He didn't want to talk to me either, so I just sat there, looked at my phone, which is what most people did. They just sat there and looked at their phones. Some people talked to each other, some people listened to music, but most just looked at their phone and ate. which is perfectly reasonable when you can't. And also, the desk shields had a film on them. Every one of them had a film that was impossible to take off. The teachers could do it for some reason, but I couldn't. So you're sitting there and it's all blurry. You can't see anything. So unless you take the film off, which is super hard to take off because it's like sealed on there.
Right. I can't believe
Whatever.
they didn't take off the film for you. That's kind of weird and annoying.
I don't know why. But we didn't have to carry desk shields around with us like they said we would. Every classroom just had ones there.
They just had their own unique ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was nice. I don't not want to do that.
What classes did you have?
I had botany in the morning. That took most of the whole time. That one was really fun to be back in. That was probably the best executed of them. And then financial management, that's when I figured out the headphone situation. He's really cool. He told us some dad jokes after when we were all just waiting to leave.
Brian
cool.
really likes dad jokes, doesn't he?
He's a cool guy. Mr. Dowling's a cool guy. I think I'm going to like being in person with him. And then Schnepp for math.
How was that? That's what I want to know about. How was Schnepp?
That had like 13 people back out of like 31 that are in the class. But I mean, he actually focused on more on teaching because he could see faces. So he was able to use his board. He was okay. His classroom is super tiny.
Yeah.
Super tiny. There's boxes everywhere.
What the hell? Why were there oh, never mind, that makes sense. I remember, like, when I went into computer apps, when I got there to the meet 5 minutes early, because now you can get marked tardy and shit. I got there 5 minutes early, and I was, I got there, and he was like, we're gonna wait a little bit for everybody else to come in. And it was just me at the time. And he was really, really fucking awkward. And he must have been, like, super nervous about people coming back, or, like, he looked like he was about to get married or go on a date or something. He looked super nervous. Yeah, today.
Oh, he didn't seem that anxious when I was in his class.
Who?
Classroom's super small.
I'm talking about computer apps.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not even close to the same thing.
Whoops. But anyway, another thing I don't like about Schnepp is he has the meeting open and he has the meet projected on his thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the board is the projection board is facing away from everybody. You walk in and you look to your left and you see the projector. And then look to your right, all the desks are facing to the right, looking at him at the board. So you can't even see the projector if he wants to use it.
Lovely.
What's the point of that? There's boxes everywhere and wood things and stuff he just hasn't I guess he just never went through. And probably won't for a while. But, oh yeah, and he had an old-ass, like, 1980s Apple computer in his classroom. Still had the rainbow Apple logo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is he working with?
No, he
Why?
wasn't using it. He wasn't using
it. I was like,
It was just sitting there dormant. No! How is an old 1980s Apple computer going to access Google Meet and hook up to Wi-Fi? That wasn't around.
Yeah, I know they all had Ethernet cables. God damn.
Well, okay.
Anything else to add, or?
I don't think so. That was pretty much it.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck just happened?
The North Campus at least had a lot of signs and arrows pointing in different classrooms, which was nice. That's especially going to help out tomorrow. And but the main campus didn't have any of that, but I know my way around there, so that's fine.
Right, we've been there for 3 years already.
So I would say it was overall...
I have a question. When did you get there? Like, when did you get to school?
I got there about 7:50.
So what time did class start? 8?
Yeah.
Alright, so what was it, what did you do for the first 10 minutes? You just head straight to class?
You have to go right to class, but the teachers talk to you, and you can look at your phone before class and stuff.
And my other question was, how was talking to people in the halls? Was it like prison? You gotta go where you gotta go?
That's non-existent. You can't talk to people. You just gotta keep moving.
So it was like prison then. Did they have like security guards moving people along?
No, but everybody was pretty civil about it. Just said, okay, we want to just
I heard
get to
stuff
class.
about from my nutrition and wellness teacher about like bathroom, using the bathroom being a very difficult process.
Because you can only
that?
use it during class. You can't use it during passing time.
Oh.
I used the bathroom right before lunch, which I don't think I was able to do because that's technically passing time, but I did it anyways. It was fine.
But I did it anyway!
So I really had to pee, and I did not want to wait till after lunch to pee, but, So,
yeah.
I mean, it was... The North Campus, they were a lot more lax, I felt like, or maybe more strict. But, no, they were very accommodating. Because they had no clue what was going on. They had barely any clue what was going on either. So, how are you going to enforce stuff you don't even know yourself?
Right.
But overall, I think it was a pretty successful first day. Went better than I expected it to go.
Glad to hear. Good thing. Although I don't think I'm going back.
There's a new requirement though for in-person hours, and we don't meet that right now. So either we're going to have to extend Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or we're going to have to go in person on Wednesdays, which we aren't doing yet. So, and that's going to have to take effect next week.
The reason
so
why you don't go in on Wednesday is because it's a cleaning day. They clean the whole school, the janitors and stuff. And now one of the school districts, the school board actually said, no, you're not going to do that. The janitors are going to do their goddamn jobs at night. And they're going to work from when school closes. They're going to work like 8 hours after that and clean the damn school. You know?
I don't know.
So those people are actually going back full time. They're going, I don't remember which school district it was, but they're going from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. I can't remember what specifically school district it is though. But I'm curious to see how this is all going to play out.
Well, with the whole schedule changing again next week, it's going to be very fun. Because then after that, we go on spring break. And after that, then a week after that, it changes again. Because that's when the new people would come in, and some of the people are going back virtual. Some will come back.
After spring break, they're probably going to change it again, though. Because I know the week before spring break is different, just because of like the Friday not having school. But like you're only committing to 4 months. You're gonna have to commit again to another 4 months after this.
4 months.
4 weeks. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Yeah. 4 months. Jesus Christ! How long are we gonna be in school?
We're not even gonna be in school for 4 more months.
Don't say that. That scares me.
But I don't go to school this Friday because I have a tournament.
Right.
Next Friday we have off for spring break. The next Friday we have off for spring break. And then that Friday will be the first Friday that I actually go back in person. It'll be the last one before the end of the first 4-week period.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh my god. Tomorrow's gonna be exciting though.
It's gonna be weird.
I hear Man is a lot nicer to in-person people than he is virtual people. So see how that plays out.
What?
See how that plays out. But I've got 2 other good teachers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Schnepp is really the only one I was really concerned about because he is very, very strict when it comes to, like, my first 2 teachers were very lax. He said you could have your phone out as long as you weren't in instruction, as long as you weren't being hazardous, whatever. Schnepp was very strict. You had to sit in your seat, you had to get on the meet, you had to do your thing, and you could only do it for the whole class period. Like, really, dude? Come on. Also, I figured out he's 55. He told us that.
Jesus Christ. Why the hell did that come up?
He said, in my 55 years of living, blah, blah, blah. I didn't listen to the rest of it.
Same as me, and that's why I'm failing calculus. Ooh. God, that's funny.
That's all I gotta say about school.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm probably not going to go back anyway. But you know, it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here.
For sure.
All right, what are we going to talk about next?
How long are we into this?
I got it. My phone's plugged in, so I had to get up. That's what that loud ass noise was. We're about 26 minutes in. I guess I could, if you don't have anything that immediately pops to your mind right now, I could talk about my work rant.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, as you well know, I have been eating dog treats. Now, before I say anything else...
I don't know why you do this to yourself.
Before I say anything else, it's for views. And one more thing. I don't know. I don't like people that feed their dog something that they wouldn't themselves be willing to eat. Because what pisses me off, after working at a pet store, I've learned some things about dog food. And what pisses me off is the amount of really shitty food that people just have and give to their dogs. One of them, for instance, is Purina Dog Chow, which is the fucking bottom of the fucking bucket. Rachel Ray, bottom of the fucking bucket. Imes, bottom of the bucket. Please feed your dog something good, like, what the fuck? Blue Diamond's pretty good. Purina Pro Plan, Royal Canin, that's a good one. What's my fucking favorite that I can't fucking remember right now? What is it called? God damn it. It's got all them fucking animals on them, like the bears and shit, and the wolves. What the fuck is it called?
Bears? The wolves?
It's got bears and wolves on it. God damn it. I want to say Natural Balance, but that's not at all what that is.
All I can think of are the Cub Scout,
Shit.
Wolf Pack, and Bear Pack.
Why can't I remember what the dog food is called? It's my favorite one! I don't know. Moving on. Anyway. So yeah, there's a lot of really shitty foods that people give their animals and stuff. And every time somebody comes in, I always tell them, hey, don't... If somebody comes in and they have a new puppy, right? They're getting all the new stuff for it. Like, there's this lady who just adopted an older dog, and I'll waste an hour and a half to just talk to her on Saturdays, because that's when she comes in. And when you're working Saturdays, you have projects to do, but you can't sit on your phone or do anything. Well, Larry is there, and so you very quickly run out of shit to do on Saturday mornings. And so I'll find customers that look like they need assistance, and then I will go out of my way to explain to them every little possible thing that I can about their dog. And, you know, on one hand, it's really helpful, and they really enjoy it, but on the other hand, I am literally just wasting their time so I can... you know, have something to do instead of, like, pacing around the fucking store looking like I'm doing something or hiding under the floorboards, you know.
That's a great suggestion for a future podcast performing platform. Me and you walking around Kroger while we're bored at night, just talking about random shit. Can't do that in the mornings here. Can't do that in the mornings. It's too busy. At night, that's the time.
Speaking, oh no, I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, so I always help these people, right? She's got this old lady though. She's just got a new dog, an older dog, and so they were feeding them like Rachel Ray, which is like one of the shittest dog foods there is. As a person, as a human being, I really, really fucking hate Rachel Ray. And I know what you're thinking. No. You know what? No, never mind. Never mind. I was going to say something that might get me canceled. You know, something that Schlatt might say. You know what I'm going to say it anyway. No. I just genuinely don't like people, and stupid people at that. Like, for instance, Tyler over here really pisses me off sometimes. He's lucky, though, because I can tolerate him at some level. But, you know, people like fucking Keegan, who's been on the podcast before, he's gotten to the point where, like, when he's being sarcastic, you cannot tell, so it sounds like he's being a legit asshole. And I just can't fucking stand it. Also, that lady who got robbed, very funny story. Well, I mean, I just said robbed and funny in the same sentence, which is not necessarily the greatest idea either. Tyler, I may or may not have to delete my channel after this. Well, anyway, so funny story about her. Her name is Taylor, right? She got fired. Guess why?
Oh God, no! What'd she do?
Stealing money. Isn't that ironic?
Wow.
The woman got robbed.
Very ironic. That's
What?
ironic. That is very ironic.
I know, right? But actually, she got fired for a no-call, no-show. But miraculously, as soon as she started working there, money started disappearing. And as soon as she got fired, money stopped disappearing. You know what? I'm sidetracking quite a lot here. My original point was why I eat dog treats. Now I'm on to fucking jokes and shit.
This is perfect for
Anyway. So yeah, Rachel Ray is the bottom of the fucking bucket for dog foods. As a person, I hate that she is just blindly accepting the fact that she's feeding dogs this heinous shit. And, you know, like, her as a chef, yeah, sure, you're really good at it, and, you know, you got that one, like, Worst Cooks in America, she, like, hosts that a lot, you know, she's done a lot of good things, she's a good cook, but good God, woman, did you have to sell yourself to, like, the fucking, it's like, you know that scene in Ratatouille where what the fuck is the chef's name? I don't know, the weird, Linguini! That one. And he goes fucking insane trying to catch Remy. Anyway, it's like the scene where he's in the room with all the cardboard cutouts and he's like, oh, Gusto's frozen burritos. It's like that. That's what this is. Like, how could you just sell yourself to this company? Just, yep, you're basically an image now. You and the Green Giant are the same goddamn thing. Processed food, and not even the good processed food. No. Like Gordon Ramsay has some labels out there, right? And it's pretty quality food. It's got the stamps and everything that it needs to prove that it's quality food. But no. Rachel Ray, oh buddy, I have a feeling you have no idea what's going on right now with all your shit, because woo buddy, that food is not good for dogs. And yet so many people get it. Also, another thing that people constantly do that ticks me off is they constantly switch foods. What they don't understand is that switching from chicken to venison, so from a very white meat, that's poultry, to one of the reddest meats there is, which is venison, is not good for your dog and will cause them to have diarrhea for a certain extended period of time. And so don't come back asking me, my dog has diarrhea. Do you guys have pills for that? I would, you know, if I remembered who the hell this people were who kept switching foods like that, I'd be like, yeah, maybe instead you just stick to one fucking bag. A lady came in the other day, actually, and she was like, oh yeah, my dogs are really picky, but I like to switch it up every once in a while and give them a different food, and they seem to like them all, and so I don't have a problem with it. I'm looking at this lady, and I'm so close to just fucking face palming, but I can't because I'll lose my job if something like that happens, right? And she just keeps going on and on about how she's nonchalantly fucking murdering her dogs. And I'm just in my head, I'm like thinking, I am going to break into your house and your dogs will become my dogs. And there is nothing you can do about it because, woo, wow, are you treating them terribly. Well, anyway, so what I'm getting at here with the dog treats is that I'm eating them, A, because I have nothing to do, B, because I have no content to upload, C, views, and D, because I don't want to feed my dog something that I would not myself eat. God damn it, I cannot. Nutro, no, that's not it. What the fuck is it called? I want to say Nature's Valley now, but that's a fucking granola bar brand. That's not it at all. I can't think of it. It's gonna kill me, Tyler. I need you to look up dog food brands and start telling me something that I haven't said.
Why are we such on dog food?
Because, Tyler, it's what I do. Anyway, so the original story I wanted to tell was how I almost got fired from my job for stupid shit, stupid reasons, because my boss is a cuck. And I almost left and went to Kroger, and I still might do that. I don't know yet. And there's still a very high possibility that I'm going to get fired just because I stopped giving a shit and all that. But basically, we have a scrubber. It is a motorized basically a lawnmower, but that cleans floors. It is literally
Pedigree?
being... Nope, not Pedigree. It is literally...
Purina? Oh,
Nope,
wait, you already said
I said Purina. Purina has a bunch of different
Caesar?
brands.
Caesar's like a wet food.
Caesar is so shitty. Caesar is an awful food as well.
There's Blue, Pedigree, Purina 1, Pure Balance, Iams.
Iams is shitty. Rachel Ray Nutrish, that's the one I'm talking about. That's shitty. I can't think of what it is. Beneful's terrible as well. Why are you getting the shitty ones? How are you managing to only name shitty brands? I haven't heard Blue Buffalo. I haven't heard Iams. I heard Purina, and Purina Pro Plan is good.
I said Iams.
What did I... Wait, I didn't mean to say Iams. Iams is shitty. And that cat agrees. I can't think of what it is.
Purina Dog, I can't stand my Wellness, American Journey, there's that. I got all the big ones.
It's like natural balance, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, the lawnmower that cleans the floors. Somebody, long time ago, glued googly eyes to the front of it. And I feel like a perfect way to explain how shitty it is just to talk about its eyes. One of the eyes is faded. The pupil that no longer moves. The other eye has a slit down the middle, and somebody stole the pupil from. And so it's literally blind in one eye. It's literally blind in one eye, and the other eye is lazy and it doesn't move. So that is the perfect way to describe the scrubber, which is literally being held together by duct tape and zip ties. It's not anymore because fucking big man Travis decided that he was finally gonna fix the damn thing. I only waited fucking 6 months. Man, they told me. So the biggest problem with the thing is when you're cleaning the floor, you're walking around the store, right? You're gonna, it's spinning, it's putting out water and sucking it up through the back. The fucking squeegee at the back of it that keeps the water from going behind you just left streak after streak after streak. And now, what had started to happen, which was about 3 months ago now, I said immediately, why don't you just get a new squeegee, because that's the issue. A month passes, nothing happens, and we're mopping the store now, because the fucking scrubber is bad enough to the point where it doesn't look any different after you fucking scrubbed with it. And so you know what they do? They decide, oh, I know, let's start cleaning the squeegee, which is not the fucking problem. The problem is that it has these little bits that are so run down that it's basically like there's holes in the squeegee and they're just letting the water out through the back. And so another month passes, about half through that month we're mopping still, and then Travis says, guys, use the fucking scrubber. And I'm like, well, I would if it worked. He's like, I'm gonna fix it. It's like, when? Oh, I don't know, I just gotta get these screws and flip the squeegee around. Wait a minute. Flip the squeegee around and get some screws. The only thing stopping you for the past month and a half was screws and flipping the squeegee. And guess what? Another 2 weeks passes, nothing happens, and I say, well, are we getting a new squeegee or something? So I found out 2 things. They were going to talk about getting a new squeegee, but they were going to talk about it in the spring, which at the time it was like mid-February, mid-January? No, end of January, mid-February. And fucking... So they're talking about getting a new squeegee, but only in the spring, after the winter, after there isn't a problem with the floors anymore. And then I find out, Big Man Larry, my boss, my cuck of a boss, has 3 scrubbers just sitting in his house doing nothing. So we have the shitty one that's being held together by zip ties and duct tape, is blind in one eye, and we have to wipe its ass every fucking aisle. And then literally, I find out that he has 3 more. So that pisses me off. So I decided, I think I'm gonna scrub, but I think I'm gonna hate it. And so I do, and it leaves streaks everywhere. And so I just follow behind afterwards with a mop, not picking up the mop, not dipping it in water, just fucking spurting around the shit that's already on the floor. Like, well, it doesn't look any different than it normally would, so who cares? You know, massacring plenty of crickets as I go that are just out and about from escaping. And then come a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe 1.5 weeks, I got so pissed off. The scrubber, as I'm walking down the aisles, I get down the first aisle, I go up front, I take a left, I go across the front, I take another left, and I'm going down aisle 1. Halfway down, the hose falls, the scrubber dies, and the water spills out. All of the dirty water just spills out.
Oh.
And so here's what I did, Tyler. Here's the thing that I did. That night, I left a very angry British note on the scrubber. I don't remember exactly what I wrote on it, but here's the gist of it. Retire me! I am blind in one eye. I'm literally being held together by duct tape and zip ties. Every 3 minutes, my ass has to be wiped, and I should just be retired. Paul, the manager at the time, looked at it and laughed vigorously. Deb, another manager, laughed vigorously. Everybody else.
How many managers do you have?
5? 6?
5.
I know, for a tiny ass pet store, it doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, I'll talk about that in a minute, but so Larry sees the note and he gets pissed off. What am I paying this guy to sit around and write notes? And I'm like, Larry. I wasn't there at the time, but when I was told, I was like, Larry. You scumbag piece of shit. You don't offer raises. We are stuck here for an indeterminate amount of time. You barely ever talk to us, and when you do, it's racist. He's a very racist person. And he's also sexist. Caitlin, one of the cashiers, has been working there for 6 years. Ryan, her boyfriend, comes in, and Husto comes in, like 3 years down the line, and immediately are offered manager positions. She, however, who has been there for 3 years, was not. And she still isn't a manager. But guess who is? Guess who is? Ken, the guy who showed up to a couple of my streams and might be coming in the podcast. Now, Ken, no offense, but I'm sure you agree. You should not be a manager, bud. You've been here for not a very long time. You're one of the reasons, you being a manager is one of the reasons that Jacob went insane. And we haven't heard from him in months. And I'll talk about that too, because, woo, it's a party at work. Anyway. This is great. Larry, I let him find out later from Ryan, or actually from Travis, because Ryan asked me, did you hear Larry's comeback and what he's going to do to you? And I said, no. What is he going to do? Ryan tells me, it's not my place to say. Then he brings it up another time, and Travis is with him. And he says the same thing. It's not my place to say. And Travis says, oh yeah, he made fun of your car. Ryan, what was so important? You don't even have a car. What? I do have a car. I just don't drive it. I was like, Ryan, what was so important about this shitty comeback that you had to keep it from me and act like I was getting fired? So anyway, Travis told me, he was like, Larry said, well, he's gonna make fun of my machines. What does he drive? Oh, he doesn't. His mom takes him. And I'm like, yeah, Larry, I don't have my license yet. As you can tell, it's the middle of COVID. I'm a very busy man. Unlike you, who has just fucking 3 scrubbers sitting in your $1 million house. And so I asked Travis, was that really the best he could come up with? He made fun of the fact that my mom drove me. Now, of course, Travis is also somebody who drives me to work every Wednesday. He gives me a ride, pretty much. So I guess that kind of makes Travis my mom, which is a bit weird, but it is what it is. It's 2021 now. I mean, anything is possible. And so basically, I'm pissed, basically, at work. There was more stuff that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, Jacob. He has been on a stream before. I've talked about him. He was the one who was going to do the sister podcast with Husto. Husto is still around. He's still doing his YouTube channel. Multiple motions. Why don't you go drop a sub? Good channel, good videos. Pretty funny. He's playing a really cool game right now. Anyway, so Jacob. Now, I can share this because I don't know anything about it, so none of it is personal information. But basically, Jacob calls in for 2 weeks. His dad calls in and says, oh, Jacob's not going to be there for the next 2 weeks. And we're like, oh, okay. At first, we all assumed that he got arrested for drugs or something. And 2 weeks passes, and he calls in for another 2 weeks. His dad again. Nobody has heard Jacob. And from what I understand, is that Jacob basically had a mental breakdown and will not be coming back. He has not spoken to anyone who works there. Husto is the only one that has heard from his girlfriend, and I don't know what Husto knows, but it's probably not much. So as far as we're concerned, Jacob could have killed himself, he could have overdosed, or tried to kill himself, he could have overdosed, he could have literally gone insane. And I have a couple things to blame for this. One is the shitty work conditions. Jacob had been working there for a long ass time. He wanted to be a cashier, but they wouldn't let him. I joined, they make me a cashier. I didn't want to be a cashier. Another thing, fucking this girl Sasha, who's Russian, who works there, and that's a whole nother story. She's part of the KGB. She fucking freeze-dried her hands and shit.
What?
She fucking cuts herself and stuff all the time and speaks fluent Russian.
Okay, that needs to be a whole other podcast on its own.
Every time, this was during when the scrubber was broken, we were mopping. Jacob refused to let other people help him mop. He wanted to do the whole thing by himself. We knew that wasn't good for him because every time Sasha, with her dirty ass boots, would walk right through it, and he would have a mental breakdown on the spot. I would be like, Jacob, we can help you if you want, man. We're right here. We're done with everything. You can just ask us. He says, no, I'm going to do it now by myself. And so Sasha fucking probably pissed him off. I'm sure I pissed him off too. But Ken pissed him off by becoming a manager. Jacob really did not like that.
It's a whole soap opera right here.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's been a while since I've talked about it, you know. Like, I really haven't talked about it that much. And I think the biggest thing to take away from this is that I work at a very shitty place. It's not good at all. And I'm probably going to make my way out of there. I don't know when. I don't know how. But it will happen, hopefully, eventually. All I know is that this summer I won't be working there. I will be at summer camp. And, yeah. I think that's all I have to say about my work right now. Do you have anything? I might pop something in my head immediately, but...
Oh my god, you need to tell me more about this whole drama.
What is this?
Oh.
What is going on? I open my phone and music just starts playing. Scare the crap out of me.
You should come to Kroger though.
Oh, why?
Stuff's getting good here too. Yesterday we had somebody block the entire parking lot traffic-wise. Block the entire parking lot just to confront somebody in front of him. This old rich guy. He threw a huge fit over nothing. All right, the bottom room is a mess, and there's a whole drama over the bottom machines and the vacuum cleaner. We can't get a good working vacuum cleaner. The last time we had a working vacuum...
Taste of the Wild is the dog food brand. It is my favorite dog food brand, and it is the best. Taste of the Wild. Look it up. Feed that to your dog. Anyway, continue.
Okay. We don't have a working vacuum, right? Because last time we had a working vacuum, the dust processor thingy, the dust filter pooped out, and the dust collector fell off because it was being held by duct tape. So we had to get rid of that because it wouldn't do anything anymore. And we've had 4 vacuums since. None of them do the job, or they have 8-inch long cord. And yeah, and then there's a whole drama over the bottom machines. They break down literally every 5 minutes. Okay, you will go insane literally from just doing the bottom machines. Okay, I'm not lying.
I actually have my own. I actually have my own bottle return stories. I know there isn't one at the pet store, but no, there is at Myers, and ooh, do I got some stuff to talk about for that.
Anyway, yeah, they break down all the time, and they are so dirty and they're so annoying. And we literally called corporate and told them, hey, we need new machines. Get people in here now. 2 people came in the other day. Both of them said they were fine. The minute they leave, they break down. I'm like, what are those circumstances?
Yeah, I'm pretty content that Satan runs our world now, Tyler, so I think that's what that is.
I think you should come to Kroger, though. It'd be hilarious. We could have so much fun. You could join my work stories series. It would be awesome.
Ooh. Yeah, so anyway, are you done with that story?
Yeah.
Alright, so let me talk about what I did this weekend. My brother, this Saturday I worked, but that's when I wasted an hour and a half talking to that old woman about a dog. But this Saturday, my brother did a can drive. He went to one of the schools, and he was just waited outside and collected a lot of cans. Right now, we have about a mountain of cans in our garage that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And so we're going to start taking back some pop cans. We've already taken back $120, and the mountain has not changed. It is still the same size, and it looks like all hope is in vain. We might be here for years taking back pop cans. But anyway, so we went to Meijer. We took back pop cans. There was nobody there in the line. And so we took them back. I got $51 the first time through. We had like 70 something the second time. And when we went through the first time, I went through Phyllis's line. Now I am calling you out, Phyllis, you son of a bitch. Old woman, you know, as you would be able to tell by the name Phyllis. I mean, come on. Who the hell's name is actually
what you talking
Phyllis?
About, Phyllis?
So, anyway, so we're going through the line. I'm going through the line by myself. My mom went to go look at baby clothes for a baby shower. Not anyone, well, not, it's a cousin. It's one of my cousins that's being born. It's not, I'm not getting another sibling. I would probably shoot myself in the head. Anyway, so I go through Phyllis's line. It's 51 something, 51.25. I can't remember the exact number. And Phyllis gives me the money, and I think nothing of it, and I start heading out. And as I'm heading to give my money to my mother, I find that I was only given $31. Oh, it was $56. She had cut me $25 from that. And so I had to go back and get the money from Phyllis. And so we went back and we took another load after that. And this time we didn't go through Phyllis's line. Fuck you, Phyllis. And so instead, we went through a different line, and then we went home. $120 in the pocket, and kind of find out about an hour later, Myers was robbed at gunpoint, and the guy, you'll never believe this, but the guy who robbed the Myers was reportedly hiding out in the neighborhood that we live in. And you will know this because we were recording ARC at the time, and I told you. After I stopped the video, I said, alright, I gotta go lock my doors. Apparently there's some guy who just robbed Meijer. And so I went and locked the doors, and yeah. I know that was probably the most boomer story ever, but you know what? Fuck you, Phyllis. Fuck you. Ah.
You talking about Phyllis?
Anyway, anything
Gotta
else?
do that. Come on.
What you talking about, Phyllis?
Not that I can think of.
Ooh, God, good podcast. Woo! Oh yeah, big announcement. We're reading it. This is the end of the podcast. But big announcement. Very, very big announcement. We are going to try to move the Discord, or shit. Well, fuck. Rewind. You don't remember any of that shit. Big announcement. We are going to try to move the podcast to Discord instead of recording on a fucking PlayStation, you know? We're going to do it on Discord like everybody else does. This tree is growing out of the sand. Anyway, so what I'm thinking, the reason for this is mostly because we can have as many guests as we want, and that leads me to the other thing. Speaking of Discords, I am now Discord active, so you may join my Discord server. The link is not in the description because I'm not a pleb who does that. If I had a editor, then they would do that. But I don't. It's just me, so I'm not bothered. And anyway, you can join my Discord server. There's a link in my channel banner. You can join Tyler's Discord server. I don't know where the link is. Probably in his channel banner. It's probably in the description of some of his videos. But anyway, big announcement. Podcast is moving over to the Discord. And there will be another announcement on both mine and Tyler's Discords about future podcasts. So I recommend you go join them. You subscribe and like this video. You subscribe to me. You subscribe to Pringleson on YouTube. I'm still heading towards 100. I haven't made it there yet. Tyler's been there for a while, and he's still going up.
I made it, baby. I'm famous. Have yet to be recognized in public, but I am still famous. I cannot wait to be at work one day and someone yells, "Pringleson!" And I'm like, "What's up?" And they're like,
"Your videos suck!"
Just be like, "When's the next Pringle review coming out?" It's like, "Well, I don't have anywhere to film."
I like that whisper yell that you do in that video, in this, and all your rants. It's hilarious. Anyway.
It's really horrible on my vocal cords, but you know, we'll take the wins where we can get them.
Well, anyway, thanks for watching this podcast. We'll be back eventually with another one. Like I said, Arc will still be going up. We've recorded a lot of that. This summer, you got vlogs to look forward to and big podcast time announcements on the Discords. Go ahead and join them, and we'll see you in the next time. Like and subscribe. Say goodbye, Tyler!
Bye.
Rude. Goodbye!
Rude.